Let me guess. You've tried everything to stop overthinking. Distraction, pep talks, logic. Just let it go, people say. But your thoughts, they come back louder, faster, more chaotic than before. You analyze conversations long after they've ended. You plan for the worst-case scenario before anything even begins. You rehearse arguments, rerun memories, and regret things that haven't even happened yet. And maybe deep down you wonder, why can't I just stop? Is something wrong with me? But here's the truth. Overthinking isn't just a bad habit. It's a maladaptive coping mechanism. Your brain's way of trying to protect you from pain. It feels like thinking, but it's actually avoiding. In this video, we'll unpack why overthinking never actually leads to clarity, how cognitive distortions trap you in mental loops, and how CBT plus mindfulness can help you end the cycle, not by controlling every thought, but by changing your relationship to them. Because healing doesn't mean silencing your mind. It means learning how to listen to it differently. Let's take a step inside the spiral. You wake up feeling off. There's no text back from someone important. Or maybe a conversation didn't go how you wanted. And without even realizing it, you're spinning. What if they're mad? Did I sound needy? Should I have waited longer before replying? You open Instagram, re-watch your story, reanalyze your own tone. Replay a moment. Rewrite a sentence, revisit an interaction that lasted 30 seconds for the next 3 hours. You feel like you're solving something, but nothing gets solved because overthinking gives you the illusion of control, while secretly feeding your anxiety. Beneath all that noise is usually fear. Fear of being rejected, misunderstood, unworthy, alone. But here's the tricky part. The mind doesn't always say, "I'm scared." It says, "Let's be smart. Let's prepare. Let's overanalyze everything so we don't get hurt again." And that voice sounds reasonable. It sounds rational. But it's not clarity. It's self-protection on overdrive. And when protection becomes obsession, what we call overthinking is really just unprocessed emotion, looping in disguise. So the question isn't, how do I stop overthinking? It's, what is my mind trying to protect me from? And can I meet it differently? Overthinking never ends, because your brain believes it's doing something important. It believes the problem isn't the thinking, it's that you haven't thought enough yet. And here's why. Your brain is wired to close loops. It hates uncertainty. So when you don't get closure, whether it's from a person, a message, or an unresolved situation, your mind keeps spinning, trying to fill the gap. But here's the truth no one tells you. Most overthinking is your brain trying to fix emotions using logic. And that never works. Because emotions don't follow the rules of logic. They follow the rules of wounds, memory, fear, trauma, and unmet needs. And this is where cognitive distortions come in. These are biased ways your brain interprets reality when it's under emotional stress. Common ones include fortune telling, "I just know this won't work out." Mind reading, "They must think I'm annoying." Catastrophizing, "If I mess this up, it's over." Should statements, "I should have handled that better." They feel true, but they're distorted, skewed, based on past pain, not present truth. As psychologist David D. Burns writes in Feeling Good, the thoughts that go through your mind when you feel depressed, anxious, or upset are often distorted, and these distortions fuel your suffering. The good news? Cognitive distortions can be challenged, rewritten. And the most effective way to do that is through cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. CBT teaches you how to observe your thoughts, question them, and reframe them into more accurate and compassionate alternatives. And when you pair that with mindfulness, something powerful happens. You stop getting dragged into the spiral. You learn to watch it without drowning in it. As Eckhart Tolle says, you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. That awareness is the key. It's not about shutting down the storm. It's about learning how to stand in the middle of it without losing yourself. Okay, so how do you actually break the cycle? Let me give you 3 tools that combine CBT and mindfulness. Simple, practical, and powerful. 1. The thought spiral map. When you catch yourself spiraling, draw it out. Start with the triggering event. Write the thought it triggered, then the emotion that followed, then the action or urge, e.g. texting, checking, withdrawing. Now ask, is this a fact or just a fear? What's a more balanced way to see this? Visualizing your spiral externalizes the chaos. It creates space, and that space gives you power. 2. Name the distortion. Whenever a painful thought hits, name the distortion behind it. That's mind reading. That's catastrophizing. That's a should statement. Naming it reduces its grip. It reminds you, this thought isn't truth. It's a reflex. Anchor in the present. When thoughts start spinning, come back to what is actually here. What do I see? What do I feel in my body? What is one thing I can control right now? Use your senses like anchors. Breathe slowly. Say, right now I'm safe. I don't need to solve everything at once. Because most overthinking is about past regret or future fear. Presence breaks the loop. None of these are about controlling your mind. They're about shifting your relationship to it. You are not a thought machine. You are a human being, and you deserve peace. Here's the hardest truth, and the most liberating. Your overthinking is not a flaw. It's a message. It says, I've been hurt before, and I'm scared to be hurt again. It says if I can just analyze it enough, maybe I won't feel the pain again. But no amount of thinking can protect you from what must be felt. And that's why it never ends, because you're asking your mind to do a job that belongs to your heart. But today, you get to choose something different. You get to listen to your fear without obeying it, to hear your anxious thoughts without becoming them, to meet yourself in the storm and say, I don't need to be perfect to be safe. I don't need to control everything to be okay. I am allowed to rest, even if my brain is spinning. Because peace doesn't come from solving everything. It comes from trusting that not everything needs solving. Your mind's job is survival, not peace. But peace becomes possible the moment you stop fighting your thoughts and start listening to them with compassion. You're not broken. You're just protecting a soft part of you that learned to cope the only way it could. Now it's time to teach it a gentler way. If this message landed for you, here's your invitation. Tonight, when the spiral starts, pause. Don't try to shut it down. Just notice it, name it, and ask, what is this really about? And how can I meet myself with kindness instead of control? Start there. You don't need to win the war inside your mind. You just need to change how you show up for yourself in the middle of it. If this helped, leave a comment and let me know. What's one distorted thought you're ready to challenge today? And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Your brain has been loud, but your heart has something important to say. Make space for it. You're not your spirals. You are the soul learning to rise above them.